Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week, it chooses the movie, and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the 1984 film Ghostbusters, which was directed by Ivan Reitman. I am your co-host, Alec.
I'm Eric, and with us is another very spooky guest, Zak Simpson, to talk Ghostbusters. Zak, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, Zak. I know, yeah, it sucks, because we had Zak for The Ring, which is like one of our favorite episodes, and then you were supposed to be here for The Mummy.
I was so pumped to have you on for The Mummy, Zak.
Dude, you don't even know how sad I was. I wanted to do that so bad. You guys did a great job with it, though. It was really good.
Thanks.
Can I talk a real quick story before we dive into Ghostbusters about The Mummy?
Yeah.
I meant to bring this up on the Mummy podcast, but so I've been buying a lot of the shit on Amazon Prime, like renting it, giving Jeff Bezos like $3.99 for all these movies I don't have. The Mummy, I was like, you know what? I should own that movie. So I went on Amazon still, and I bought it for $10 instead of renting it for like $4 or $3. Like it came with Mummy Returns, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, and the Scorpion King. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a sweet buy. Bought it. Someone stole the package. For my apartment, I've never had a problem with packages here. Like, and I bought all kinds of expensive like equipment, like electronics. Someone stole my Mummy DVD. So I'm like, so this person probably like found the package, like a blue and white Amazon package, and like shaked it. And I was like, oh shit, this is probably the new Call of Duty. It was like awesome, and opened it up. It's like, what the fuck? The Mummy? Dude, it wasn't even Blu-ray, Zak. It was DVD.
It doesn't matter. They weren't disappointed. They're like, fucking sweet.
Yeah, I just had to share that story. I never got that package back, so I hope that person's enjoying. At least he's on the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor at this point.
Yeah, he's probably done with it. Yeah, that had 4 of them. That had Scorpion King
under $10, dude. It's like, damn it. That's why Amazon's like paying their workers so shitty. They can do this?
Did they send you another copy from Amazon or no?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, because they send the picture. It's like it was dropped off at my door, and I saw the picture, and I'm like, oh shit! And I go down, and I saw it was the same spot because there's like a leaf in the picture. Like, who the fuck stole this? Yeah, and I'm like, man, you know what? If you're gonna steal anything from me, like not my, Bose headphones or anything, like steal this.
You gotta get Ring, bro. You gotta get Ring.
Yeah, I gotta get the Ring on DVD. I think I have that. No, I have the VHS of the Ring.
He's talking about the Ring, the camera thing.
Oh, the Ring. Oh, I'm in an apartment. They probably won't. The Ring. Oh my god, dude. Sorry, I'm tired, dude. Brain fog. What's up?
All right.
I can't put that install it. I'm in an apartment complex. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just sleep easy knowing that the karma's gonna get that guy. So, anyways, let's talk about the movie.
Oh yeah, okay. 3 minutes wasted on that. Okay. Ghostbusters. Let's go.
Dude.
Start it off.
This is the best movie ever. This is literally the best movie ever. I just love this movie so much.
I love Ghostbusters. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Could it have been better?
I really don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Because originally this was written by Aykroyd with John Belushi in mind and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, could this have been better? And it's like, part of me is like, no. Even if Belushi was alive for it, and he was due to film it next, like it was his next on his movie to do. Bill Murray wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
Bill Murray showed up on set at like 8:00 in the morning. The day
took a flight from France over. Right? He didn't take a flight over from France like last minute. Like, was he gonna show up? I don't know.
That's a great question, Eric. I actually have an answer for it, but Zak, I want to know what do you think first?
I don't know, man. I think Belushi, he was killing it back then, man. He was already on some hit movies with Aykroyd too, coming off of Blues Brothers and Animal House. Yep. So I mean, Belushi's just the man. I think he could have nailed that Bill Murray role pretty good. Eddie Murphy would have been hilarious too. It would have been awesome to see. He was at his absolute prime during that time. What I want to know is why wasn't Eddie in the movie?
They couldn't afford him at the time of Ghostbusters going on.
Yeah.
They lost Belushi. They got Murray. They got Harold Ramis. They got all these issues. You know about, I forgot who it was, but he was the head of Columbia Pictures.
Yeah,
Price
Coca-Cola thing.
And it went from Universal, and it was owned by Coca-Cola or something.
Yeah. Frank Price.
Yeah, Frank Price. Yeah, he ran into some issues, and by the time they wanted to get to Eddie, it's like, dude, we don't have the money for Eddie. Eddie was huge at this point
Yeah.
too.
This is right after Trading Places, and he just did Beverly Hills Cop, and then also what's that huge one with Nick Nolte, 48 Hours. So yeah, he was
Yeah.
just hit after hit after hit.
I love how I call him like Eddie, like, oh Eddie, yeah, Eddie,
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah, let me
Yeah.
get his number right now and just bring him on. Oh yeah, Eddie, they couldn't afford him.
Yeah. Give Eddie a call. You know him.
Yeah, let me call Eddie. Eddie, dude, Eddie. Sorry.
You're right though. I think it was just he was too expensive for them to get. But here's the thing. Bill Murray is the funny guy in this. He's like clearly the comic relief. I mean, everybody's funny in their own different way. Bill Murray is the funny guy in this.
He's like the dead inside, soul crushed New Yorker who like
Yeah.
has a sense of humor still, and
But
that's why I love him.
imagine it was Eddie Murphy and John Belushi, both two really funny guys, probably competing for the spotlight, you know?
Yeah.
I think that this is like the perfect balance of comedy styles or whatever. They complement each other so well that it's not overwhelming, you know? That's why I think this works so well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the reboot later, but I think that's one of the reasons why it really failed was because there were so many people trying to be the Bill Murray character and there wasn't enough like support staff. It was like everybody was trying to be the lead.
Everyone was trying to be the funny person.
Yeah, and I think that's why this movie works over that one in a way.
Yeah, we can get into the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot.
Yeah, you want to do it
in a
later? I
second.
want to talk good stuff first. I want to talk about
Yeah, let's talk good stuff. Let's not. Yeah, we'll get into that. First off, Ghostbusters, 1984. Alec.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
I know.
They had how long to shoot this movie too? They had
10 months. 10
That's
months.
well, with all the special effects,
insane.
that's freaking insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Why don't we go back? Like Zach, what made you like this? How was the first time you saw this? What drew you to Ghostbusters?
I can't remember how old I was. I was young.
Yeah.
But you know me and my mom. I just wasn't allowed to watch this scary shit.
Even this?
Even Ghostbusters. My dad had a TV recording of
scary.
this from a VCR, a VHS. You know, like when you record from TV on a VHS.
Yeah.
Like that piece of equipment cost like thousands of dollars back then, by the way, too. But he had this Ghostbusters on VHS recorded from like HBO late night. I'd watch that VHS until it burned the film on the VHS.
Yeah.
And the commercials were great. I gotta find it. Oh man, they had like dog food commercials. Like, oh dude, so good.
Well, okay, so what? Yeah, I guess I mean we'll go down the line here. But so, how old do you think you were, Zach, when you first saw it?
I was probably like 10 then. It was
Wow.
probably at your house.
I remember. Well, I remember.
5 or 6.
You pretty much opened my world to tons and tons of like nostalgic movies. So
Yeah, I do remember.
I just want to say thank you.
I do remember you and I watching this together at my mom's house, but I'll get into that later. But Eric, so how you were like 4 or 5?
I'd say like 5 or 6, but I had the Ghostbusters playset. My mom got it at like a tag sale or like somewhere, and that was like my favorite toy.
Yeah,
ever. And I used to have a hamster and I used to play with the hamster in it and like stuff like that. Like I love that playset. I still have it.
I was just gonna ask.
I still have it. Let's whip it out next time you're home, Alec.
You gotta whip that out and show.
I promise I will. I promise I will, Zach. Next time I go home, Alec, you're around. Let's do it.
All right, I'm in.
It's like, don't touch the Ecto one. Don't touch it, Alec.
All right.
That actually sounds like Alec. Growing up with Alec, he would always, whenever we played with action figures and stuff like that, he always had his own story. And
Oh
when
my
I
God,
would come
Alec,
and hang
you
out with
gotta
him, when I would come hang out with him, and be like, "Hey man, can I play with you?" He's like, "No, I'm too far into the story. You go play in the
Oh my
corner."
God. You're gonna ruin the third act, Zach. You're gonna ruin the third act of my toy plot.
No, yeah, because what I would do
I
is
love it.
I would reenact the episodes from the TV show that I was playing with, and then Zach would come in like I don't know in the 8th episode of the 2nd season, and I'd be like, Zach, you don't even know what's going on.
You're wasting my time, Zach.
Yeah, what are we doing? Go play your own story.
Go be a supporting cast in the corner, all right?
Yeah,
Be a bystander just walking on the street.
Can you be an extra in the background? No.
Oh, I like I have all the little action figures too from Ghostbusters that like I brought in the bathtub with me, and they're still like have soap on them probably. Like
This is obviously more than just a movie. This is like a cultural phenomenon where I remember the Slimer toothpaste. I had it. Like
yeah. High C Ecto Cooler. I drink that every day, and my mom got the other High C. I'd be like, Mom, the Ecto Cooler with the Slimer on it.
Yeah, and we were, this is 12, 13 years after this movie was released, and it still was like, hey, this movie came out like yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
this is the best movie ever. But Zach, I remember when you and I watched it, you came over to my house, and I remember we rented it and I watched it, and I remember my mom was like, "Are you okay?" Because it was like starting to get nighttime, and I was like, "I'm kind of scared of the movie." She's like, "You're scared of Ghostbusters?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." And, like, of Zool at the end. Like, I really thought Zool was scary, and she was like, "Okay, like, it's a comedy. It's not supposed
Like
to be
some
scary."
Swiss model, like you're scared of.
Yeah, I really was when I was a kid, but,
Well, dude, as a kid, Zool, with her high heels and
Who was that
that
supposed to be?
David Bowie.
Wasn't that supposed to be Pee Wee Herman?
yeah, I
Yeah,
did yeah.
Wasn't
I
wasn't like
can't even do it.
now you die, and like grabs it. Kills
Right.
the destructor.
It's so stupid. The special effects too. Those I still think they all stand up. There's not one thing that I'm like, this looks a little shitty now.
The special
Dude,
effects team, a lot of it came from ILM, started their own company. They're the saving grace of this movie. Without them, this movie would have not been as good. They picked up the slack, made this movie happen in probably under 4 months because they shot it and they got the Alec. We've done like movies together too in the past. We did the Mission Impossible movie in 2 months, and I was editing as we're going. That movie was an hour and 40 minutes that we made, thinking of like a big budget movie, and it's mind blowing that they accomplished this.
I remember you editing that, man. I
I
just
pulled
walk
I
in.
pulled 20 all nighters, dude, in a row
Dude,
with
I
Mountain Dew.
remember coming
That's where
over.
my Mountain Dew
Yeah,
addiction took another level.
I
Well,
remember
because we would
coming
film
down to
during
your
the day, I'd
basement,
go
dude.
home, I'd ingest the tapes, and then I'd edit all night long, wake up the next day, and we finished filming in August, and I also edited it by the end of August too. So it was horrible.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
wouldn't recommend that for anybody.
Alec and I would show up to your house and like go
I'd be
downstairs in the
crackhead. I'd be a
basement.
crackhead, dude.
We're just looking around. And it's just like
Like
nothing but
Mountain Dew
empty
cans.
Mountain Dew cans and
Yeah,
empty Oreos.
yeah. Mountain Dew, dude. Great life, great life. But yeah, no, that was fun. But
Yeah,
yeah,
these guys having a 10-month time to, it's like, all right, here's $30 million. You got the biggest stars in the world. You're gonna have access to the best special effects in the world. 10 months. Let's go.
damn, dude.
They did
The
it.
amount of putting the mustard on it, like get it done, get it done. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and most of these were done in one take too. Majority,
All of it, like it's like all of this movie was one take, like
I mean, pretty
pretty
much,
much.
which is just amazing that they were able to keep it together. A few of my favorite lines, and I think this is why Ghostbusters works, is because it's got the funniest comedic actors, but the idea is so like childish that it appeals to everybody. I mean, you could be
Hmm.
a kid and love this movie, you could be an adult and be like, I love Bill Murray, and then be like, this is funny, even though it's kind of like an adventure fantasy, it's still hilarious. But Bill Murray has a few lines that I die, dude.
With the
Where,
mayor mostly is my thing.
Yes.
well, dude, the ending when he's up at the top and they're all covered in shit, or they're like, "We did it, we kicked her ass, like whatever." Like then when they beat Zool, and he goes, "Boys, I think it's Miller time." It's like it's just so
Well, so one thing I noticed while rewatching this again, a couple things I noticed. One was there's that cool scene where he's like, the mayor's like, "What do you need from me? You're the Ghostbusters. Get out there, save the city," kind of scene. And they're going out there and they tell the other guy like, "F off,"
yeah,
and they like dun 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 dun, and they're driving up and like the whole New York City's like, "Yeah, Ghostbusters here to save the day," like and everyone's freaking out. It's just like Bill Murray just like, "We're here, baby. We're gonna kick some ass." And
yeah.
it's just like, who called ghosts? Who? It's just him. Like you would expect, like Dan Aykroyd, let's go. Like and anyone else. It's just Bill Murray that whole time. If you watch that again,
The best part of that too is like they're getting ready to walk into the building and then the whole ground just fucking breaks.
Oh, it's so funny,
floors.
dude.
They're like, wait, did Ghostbusters just end? Did they all just die?
It's like, oh wow.
I laughed so hard at that this time because you're just like, like the music's like so epic. Everyone's like Ghostbusters, and all of a sudden the ground just like eats them. You're like, what the fuck? And then they come out, and the music.
How many floors did they have to go up and stairs
Oh,
with the proton packs?
they didn't say, but I actually have a really, really quick story for about this.
Sure.
So I used to work at a 70-story skyscraper apartment building, and on New Year's Eve 2 years ago, the elevator broke at
Oh
11:30
no.
p.m. and the fire department had to come, and I had to take them to the roof of a 70-story skyscraper.
Oh
Okay,
my
Nightmare.
god.
and we're going up the stairs and these firefighters are with me, and I'm in front of them leading them, and I say this to the guy. I was just like, "Hey, this is kind of like that scene in Ghostbusters." And I hear the guy like, they're like, "Huh," and he goes, "Yeah, only you're not carrying anything." And I was like, "All
What
right."
a dick.
Yeah, I know. They've got all their shit on, like, their axes and stuff, and I'm just running up there as a concierge, just like, hey, I'll get the door.
You got your like light T-shirt on, like no.
Yeah, no, because they're New York Fire Department guys, and I'm like, they probably like the Ghostbusters reference, so like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're like shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You see Alec bust open the door of the roof. I'm the key master.
yeah.
Oh man, is it hot in here? Like saying stuff like that, like
It was terrifying being the 70th fucking story, but when they're in the jail, dude, when they're all talking, when they're arrested and they're looking at the map, and Bill Murray just breaks out the song and he goes, "So you better be good." You know that part?
for goodness sake, yeah.
Watch that scene. That extra behind him has no idea.
Whoa.
Watch that scene again, and there's a guy standing right behind Bill Murray, and he just turns really quick and points at him and goes, "Oh, you better be good." That extra freaks out. You see him just like, "Oh, Jesus," because like that is
Yeah,
so...
that wasn't in the script.
No.
Somebody's coming.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming. Oh, so good.
So good. Oh my God.
Bill Murray's improv was on point, man. The piano scene when he walks into Sigourney Weaver's room, he's got that pump machine with the little stick, and then he walks up to the piano and he uses two fingers to just play them just a couple times. He's like, they hate this.
He's just there for the ride. He clearly is there for the ride.
One of the
And Dana.
I saw one of the directors or producers or somebody laughed in the background, and they had to reshoot that scene because it was so funny.
Yeah.
My favorite Bill line. I can't tell you which one, but I'd say it's true. This man has no dick. I love that line.
Oh my God!
Like when he's just like, "Is it true?" He's like, "It's
funny.
true." I love that, and I love the cats and dogs. I love everything with the mayor. I think it's funny. Like Bill Murray, like interacting with a mayor is just hilarious.
I love the scene because Zach and I, we went to the firehouse, and it's
Oh my God,
it's far. It's downtown. It's kind of by the World Trade Center.
What a great day.
Yeah, Zach got sick.
I had the worst food poison in my life.
Shouldn't have ate like a big Slimer. You should have ate.
Alec took me to some like hole in the wall Asian diner, and it was like a cup of noodles or something I think we got, and then after that it was just downfall. I couldn't walk like 5 feet without having to run to the bathroom. And of course, the best thing about New York is everyone
allows you into their bathroom. Everyone loves you. They welcome you in with open arms. They hand you a toilet paper roll when you walk in. They love you.
It was like a scene from like Louis C.K. show where he's like grocery shopping with his daughters, and he's like, "I gotta poop. Just go, girls. Just go." He shits on the side of the street. That was me pretty much, dude. No. I couldn't move, man.
Hey, you gotta buy something first. It's like, I'm not.
God.
You want me to go right now, man? Like, I gotta go.
I'll do it.
I'll do it in 2 minutes, man. Just please, for the love of Christ.
Dude, I probably lost like, I don't know, 20 pounds.
Oh my God, you got really badly food poisoning.
Sweating. Oh my God, it was so bad. We couldn't even leave his apartment. Like we had all this stuff planned. I couldn't even leave his apartment because I couldn't like get off the couch without having to shit.
That was fine.
Dude, yeah, you were good. I don't know. Going from Alaska to New York, it's just something fucked with me.
Different terms.
So Slimer, based off of John Belushi. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Just wanted to change the subject.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He is. No, he is. They took his. I mean, come on, he's a big fat green ball.
Doesn't look anything like him.
But no, like the way he like slurps the plate, like Slimer. That's like from Animal House.
Yeah, exactly. What I was trying to say though is, so downtown, where that's where the firehouse is or whatever, and then they go to the Upper West Side because it's right on Central Park West, Dana's house. And I love when they're about to kill Zool. It's like, let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown. He just says that. I love that line so much.
Love it. Also, I noticed Dana, when she's making the eggs, she gets in her apartment. I saw Stay Puffed marshmallows.
Yep.
That was the first time I've ever noticed that.
Dude,
watching
me too. And the second thing I noticed, I did not look this up anywhere.
I didn't either. Yeah.
On the building, on one of the billboards on the brick wall, is Stay Puft Marshmallow also.
No shit. I didn't see that. I just rewatched the Movies That Made Us, the Ghostbusters one. Real interesting. And there's a lot of fun facts in there. It's 45 minutes long. Dan Aykroyd goes into his idea, how his family like was really into paranormal stuff like the early 1900s, his grandparents, his parents, and he kind of like brought that into Ghostbusters.
That's really
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also is the creator of that Crystal Skull vodka.
I have some of that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not that great. The bottle though is fucking dope.
Well,
Like it's a
that's inspired by like the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull aliens from South America, and that's why, because he's super into aliens and stuff too. So that's why the skull is like that.
no. I think he's just a big fan of Indiana Jones 4.
Oh, that too. That too.
Yeah, who isn't?
Yeah, masterpiece. Unlike this movie.
Yeah,
Guys, the music. Ray Parker Jr. Who are you gonna call?
killed it. Killed it.
Ghostbusters.
He probably just realized like, man, I have like it's just this movie's just gold on top of gold.
Yeah, when they did that screening or whatever from the movies that made us, and they talked about like the guys knew they kind of had gold.
Yeah, like imagine going to like the first screening and like watching the crowd react and they love it. It's like
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. We're gonna have cartoons. We're gonna have lunchboxes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have high C ecto coolers. Like we're gonna everything.
Yeah, and that's before the special effects were even in it for the screening too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just cars crashing into it, people screaming, running, nothing's there.
I like the Ghost Breakers thing too. You saw that in the
Oh yeah, that was wild.
how like it was gonna be called Ghost Breakers because some shitty like other TV show had Ghostbusters and like we can't buy the rights. It's like you can't buy the rights for this. Like you were 10
What?
minutes ago you're gonna get Eddie Murphy in this movie and you can't buy the rights off of this. Like
Imagine those conversations where it's like, "Hey, Columbia's calling again." It's just like those.
oh so many hung up phones, right? Like
Yeah,
just
or they're
slam
probably like,
phones.
"How about this? How about you give us 70 million?" They're like, no, come on, be reasonable." It's like, 120 million." It's like, all right, guys, come on.
Well, I like the story too of like you know how they had to shoot everything twice, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like they had like
yeah.
whenever you see a Ghostbusters sign, they changed it to Ghost Breakers. And there's that scene where like the Ghostbusters come up and the crowd's going Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters. He cuts it. They start screaming Ghost Breakers, Ghost Breakers. And
Terrible.
apparently, Ivan went to the payphone and like was screaming at like Columbia Pictures or Universal. He's just like, "You hear what they're sounding like? It sounds like shit. We're getting the goddamn Ghostbusters." Boom. Like that scene in Ghostbusters 2 where the mayor's like, "Get me the Ghostbusters." Click.
He knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted.
Yeah. He's like, it's got to be Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Scorny Weaver too. She was.
She was
awesome.
all aboard for this, man. She wanted to do this movie quite badly.
Yeah.
She was the grace of this movie. She brought so much grace and realness to this movie, I thought.
She was scary too when she was possessed.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, like that whole thing. I was like, "Ooh, God."
I like a woman who sleeps above the covers. 4 feet above the covers.
This is kind of the first time I've ever noticed that like she doesn't like him.
Her and Bill Murray don't get along.
Yeah, like I was always like when I was a kid, I was like, they're like boyfriend and girlfriend. They're just having fun. And now I'm like, oh, like she's actually kind of like, get out of here. You're like, with
Yeah. Well, you mean the characters? Yeah, I know that Harold Ramis and Bill Murray had a huge falling out filming Groundhog's Day because Harold Ramis directed Groundhog Day. Apparently, something happened, and Harold Ramis, like towards his last days, they made up and had their peace, which is good to know. Good to know as a fan.
Yeah, that was like 10 years after this. Though.
For sure. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's I just seeing their chemistry together too, dude. What do you guys think of this? You ready for fucking this?
Do it. Hit me.
Bill Murray is 33 in this movie, and Dan Aykroyd is 31.
Oh my god, dude.
I thought they were in their 40s.
They're only 30s. Are we? Do we look like that?
Dude, Bill Murray.
I'm not to talk shit, but
dude, Bill Murray was born in 1950. This movie came out in 1984. All right, and Dan Aykroyd was born in 1952. And this movie.
I got to start moisturizing and stuff, dude. Like,
they don't look good. I thought they looked like they were in their 40s.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, they're in New York too, back in the 80s, dude. Different time, different. And I watch this movie, and I know, like how Trump always says, like, "Make America Great Again." I like to say, like, this is when, not when America was great. This is when New York was great.
No, it wasn't.
New York was great in the 80s, dude.
No, it was not. New York was probably the worst it had ever been in the 70s and 80s.
I know. I'm just joking. I'm just making a joke.
That's
I'm just
a lie.
saying, like,
Have you not seen Home Alone 2?
Yeah,
that is a great.
Saying, like, you ever watch a movie and you're like,
yeah,
back when America was great.
I think
Like,
you're saying, I think Trump means.
No, New York was full of crime and terrible in the 80s.
I think what you mean is like, make America like Ghostbusters.
No. I'm just saying, like, man, this is back when New York was great. Like, you got the cab drivers, you got the Ghostbusters, you got everybody, like the mayor, you got New York. Yeah. New York, baby. And like, it brings me back to like the Rick Moranis thing that just happened. You know, like, think COVID, everyone's talking about like how everyone's fleeing New York City, New York's dead. And then Rick Moranis gets punched out recently by some random dude. And Bill Burr has in his stand-up for SNL, New York's back, baby. Rick Moranis just got knocked out by some stranger on the streets of New York. New York's back.
Yeah.
So great.
Just stuff like that just makes me laugh. Like, New York's back, baby. Ghostbusters, baby. Rick Moranis back to acting. Let's go.
The Ghostbusters are like Spider-Man though, in that like they're a new, or like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're like those things that like they just New York. They exist in New York for some reason. I don't
You
know.
want to get Chinese food? New York. Hey, Miller's. Like, hey,
Dude,
New York. Love it. Love it.
so many good lines.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk badly too much about this, but I want to bring up the reboot, and I actually briefly I want to bring up the sequel, the reboot, and the new sequel.
Right.
So I absolutely love Ghostbusters 2 just as much, honestly, as the first one. I know a lot of people don't like it.
People shit on that movie a lot,
I
and
don't
I
know
like
why.
it.
I love it. I love it literally I think just as much as this one. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Zach, you've seen the second one, right?
Yeah, it's been a while though. I just remember him going down into the sewer with the slime, and then it has that dude from the painting, right?
Vigo.
Yep. Yeah, and they've got that
Yep.
like art curator.
That painting, that original painting from the movies, is like, you go to Google headquarters, is like the first thing you see.
That's awesome.
Swear to God, like that's one of their like, we have the Ghostbusters 2 painting.
Like,
I swear to God, Google that. Tell me I'm fucking lying.
I believe you. It's like, would you like an
Like Google likes to flex their muscle. Sorry.
That's so funny.
I'm googling this shit. I don't believe.
Yeah, do
you.
it. Do it right now. Do it. And then they give you like some Icelandic water from like Antarctica, like in with cucumber.
I've been to Google.
And like, hey, welcome to Google. There's our Vigo
And
painting.
you didn't see the painting?
I went to the one in Venice. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that there. I definitely would have freaked out if I saw that. The only thing I remember is I went to the cafeteria and they had a grilled cheese bar. And I just walked up and I was like, what kind of cheese can I get on this? And they're like, you're at Google. You can have any cheese you want. That's literally, that's what the woman responded with. And I was like, okay.
You're at Google.
Yeah, it's then the remake.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk briefly.
So this is I haven't seen it.
I saw it. I watched it in its entirety.
I didn't really have an interest in seeing it, to be honest with you. This is kind of like a Back to the Future, Star Wars, Godfather. The movie to me is like untouchable. So I was like, I don't want any part in the sequel. I love the cast. I think every single one of those women are fucking hilarious. I love the director. But to me, this movie is untouchable, and if they wanted to do like a nod to it, they should have called it like Paranormal Busters or something else, and then had it be similar but not a direct remake. It's
Well, they did change the name to Ghostbusters Answer the Call, so it has that to it.
That's not the title, man.
It's not like Ghostbusters 3. It's not Ghostbusters by itself.
It's
It originally was called Ghostbusters by itself.
It is, dude.
No, it's Answer the Call. Now it is. They changed it because they knew how
Oh.
many fans are like, how dare you just take Ghostbusters and just call it Ghostbusters again?
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. It's like it later marketed as Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
I mean that's what it was. But I'm gonna say two things nicely. This is a cash grab, first and foremost. Kate McKinnon, the funniest and only funny part in this. Chris Hemsworth was awful in this movie. Leslie Jones was funny in this movie. There are good parts in this movie.
What about Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig was okay. I thought I don't really remember anything she really did in the movie. I remember things Kate McKinnon did and Leslie Jones. Everything else was pretty forgettable in my mind. And I just remember Chris Hemsworth being like some sad puppy boy. It just didn't strike a good chord with me. It felt like, oh, they're just taking what I love and revamping it for cash and like in an all female cast for the most part. And I'm like, I'm not really, doesn't hit it for me. I love movies with female characters. I'm not like trying to be. It was a bad movie.
Yeah,
this was a bad movie.
I'm gonna say this.
It was a bad movie.
I love Bridesmaids. It's one of my favorite comedies, and it was directed by Paul Feig. It was starring Kristen Wiig. It was written by Kristen Wiig. I love Kristen Wiig. I love all of these. Yeah, exactly. I have no interest in seeing something that you're gonna take that's so special.
Yeah.
It's not Point Break. It's not like some stupid 80s movie. This is a very special movie, and they should have left it alone.
Well, bringing from that point, moving on to Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like they're taking the characters we love and keeping them.
Yes, I'm optimistic.
And it has female cast, male cast, whatever. It's keeping our characters. You know?
I'm optimistic, but again, I'm going in skeptical, but I am more optimistic about this than.
And it's Jason Reitman, right? Directing, which is a legacy.
Zach, what do you think?
I'm not skeptical. I think this is gonna be pretty.
I think it's gonna be.
actually.
I think it could be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a new one for the new generation of young kids. Gonna grow up, be like fucking Ghostbusters. Hell yeah, these kids are gonna fucking kill it. is what I feel like. They're gonna do a pretty good job.
So you excited to show your sons this?
I am, man. I am. Except he doesn't like to sit down and watch movies, so I'll probably get
Nice.
like 2 minutes in. He's like, "Can I have the iPad?" And I'll be like, "Sure, go ahead. Get
Yeah.
in the corner. I'm gonna watch this."
I'm excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife because I mean this is what Answer the Call failed to do, and that's keep our characters. This created a universe without our characters, pretty much. They're in there as like cab drivers and stuff, but that's not our characters.
Right.
This keeps the characters. It's a sequel, direct. The other one was trying to just say like, hey, your characters you loved aren't in this one because they don't exist.
Right.
It's like I don't want to see that. I want to see Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like the Ghostbusters.
The movie Due Date. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
With Robert Downey Jr. and not Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, no,
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. and
Zach
that was his name.
Galifianakis.
Yeah. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Right. But so here's the thing. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is about Steve Martin having to get home for Thanksgiving to be with his family, and he has John Candy, who's just this like dead weight comedic guy who's following him and dragging him down, making it more difficult for him to get home. Okay. Due Date is the same movie, but it's not called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's called Due Date. Instead of it having to get home for the holidays, he's got to get back to his wife because she's pregnant and about to have a kid. It's the same premise, but they changed 2 little details and they changed the title, and it did well. And it's a good movie because it's not a fucking remake.
And it's not a total ripoff. It is what it is.
Right. Exactly.
know?
And if it has nothing to do with it being a female cast, it has to do with the way that it's just remaking something that's special and not trying to, I don't know, make it, I didn't see it, but make it different. But again, don't touch it. Just don't touch it.
Yeah. Don't take the name and get rid of my characters and act like it's like no, don't take the logo and do that.
Exactly.
Like
It became political though, and that's the problem. It's,
yeah. There's a little of that, but regardless, they got rid of our characters.
I don't even know why they keep doing remakes because everything fucking fails when you go to do a remake. It's like
Not
straight
true,
to the-
Zach. Not true. That's the problem. They don't always fail. That's the problem.
most of them don't do as well as they think they're gonna do though.
I would say about 95% fail.
we can go into live action, we can go into remakes, we can go into reboots, we can go into sequels. Generally, if the money is behind it, it does pretty well, I think.
You need to have the right supporting cast.
I think lately in the last couple of years, people are like, I'm not into any more remakes and whatnot. But like, look at Mulan, a live action remake, did very well.
Did it do well? I thought it
Did
did well.
dude, Alec, it did very well.
All right, I don't know.
Did very well. And like me, I'm like, dude, it's the same freaking movie. I'd rather watch the animation, right?
Yeah, but look at the Lion King remake. That did horrible.
Zach, it made $1 billion.
Did it really?
Yeah, Zach. I think it did make a lot of money, but it wasn't like critically good. So it was like, it's a cash grab. Exactly.
Do you think they'd rather like, hey, this movie, people like it, or would they rather the $1 billion?
Right. No, that's it. That's
So,
really it.
yeah.
Anyways, we're getting pretty off course.
We can talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Let's,
kidding.
why don't we give that wheel a spin? Huh?
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel.
Videodrome.
Yes.
Never seen this, Alec.
What the
Very
hell?
excited.
All right.
I've seen Blondie in concert, but I've never seen this.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Let's go.
And that is not saying that this is a good movie, Eric.
Really, I'm very excited. You were like, put Videodrome on it. Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about this. Anyways, Zach, thank you so much, man, for coming back. I'm glad we were able to figure this out.
Thank you for having
We'll have
me.
you back again, man. Love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Who are you
Any-
gonna
always a
call?
pleasure.
Zach Simpson. That's who we're gonna call.
Hell yeah. All right. Thank you guys, and we will see you next week for Videodrome.